Okay, everybody, it's your friend Frank here. Back in January, I got to talk to Professor Griff. He was on Mobili's show on WMNF. I asked him a question and I sent him a message. So let's see what Professor Griff had to say to your friend Frank. Let's go to that right now. So I'm going to raise the volume up here. We'll go to my spot.
They said, yeah, religious freedom in America, when?
Yeah, right?
When did this happen?
Yeah.
And the three main things that they talk about is the Lord Jesus Christ, the Civil War, and the Titanic. Stop that, sir. From a Eurocentric white perspective, yes. I'm a young black man living in Atlanta. We don't discuss that.
I don't think you'll get that extra discussion here either. That's in his small part of the world, I suppose. We got to go back to the telephone lines, and Professor Griff is on the phone with us, and you can jump in at any time. Go ahead, caller. You're on Revolution Time with Professor Griff.
Good morning. This is Frank from Largo.
Morning, Frank.
Professor Griff, it's an honor to speak with you, sir. I have in my hands right now the Rebirth of a Nation CD with Public Enemy in Paris. And on one of the picture panels, it has you and the security of the First World, Pop Diesel and James Bond, and it says, "Fighting the New World Order." Sir, I would like you to define what you mean by the New World Order, and I have a message for you as well. Alex Jones of InfoWars has been trying really hard to get you on for an interview, and I'll take my answer off the air. Thank you, Mobili, for having Professor Griff on.
Thank you for calling, Frank.
Well, let me answer that question in reverse. Please tell Alex Jones to give me a call at 678-557-2919. Alex Jones can call me anytime at 678-557-2919. I'd be glad to be on Alex Jones's show. I believe Alex Jones already knows that I'm an info warrior. It's one of those things where if you're going to fight truth regardless of the complexion of your skin, truth is the truth. You see, I think the way we kind of dealing with these situations in America, we don't really know who is at the core of the problem. And for a long time, these people have talked about establishing and putting in place a new world order. And the Alex Joneses and the Jordan Maxwells and the Michael Tessarians, a lot of people have scoffed at a lot of the things that they've put out there simply because the people that have been saying this are still trying to play the race card. These gentlemen have been written off as crazy. They've been written off as the information is outdated and this or that old conspiracy stuff. We truly know and understand a lot of what they bring is actual fact. I've heard stories about the New World Order not existing, these crazy conspiracy theories about the Illuminati and this kind of thing. Stop that. These things are very, 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 very real. The New World Order, let's just look at some of the things that not only Alex Jones, myself, Steve Coakley, other people have talked about 10 years ago that they put in place now. Let's just look at the ID card. Let's look at Homeland Security. Let's look at fluoridation of water. Let's look at chemtrails. Let's look at HARP. Let's look at all these things that we was written off as being crazy about when we talked about these things. Let's look at Professor Griff when he did the Obama deception, one of Alex Jones's film, when I talked about the Obama deception, when I talked about how Obama's going to sign off on AFRICOM. And you wrote Professor Griff and Alex Jones off as crazy, but now when you look at it, you see the moves your President Barry Davis is making. So when we talked about, Barack Obama, excuse me, when you look at these things and you roll time back 5, 10 years ago, you wrote us off as crazy, and then now when you read it, it's like, wow, something, those guys are absolutely correct.
Well, I tell you,
no one called to give us an apology.
I tell you, you're probably not gonna get that, but I tell you what thing that I will say is that when the ruling class gets in crisis, they play themselves. And so, you know, they can no longer hide. Like when you look at 2007, September 2007, when the economy almost tanked and somebody had to step in, whether it was the Federal Reserve. I guess the Federal Reserve was all it was to save capitalism. And they basically began to show signs of being in real crisis and real desperation. And so when people are desperate, especially at the top of the economy, they're liable to do just about anything. And we are seeing the New World Order really looks a whole lot like the Old World Order, only more chaotic. Go ahead, caller. You're on Revolution Time with Professor Griff.
Woo! Belay.
Yes, sir.
It's the G Lab from Super Field.
Okay.
You know what I'm about.
All right, that's it, guys. So there you go, Professor Griff and his take on the New World Order and Alex Jones, and I guess you got his phone number too if you feel like calling him. He said you can call him, so give Professor Griff a call if you got some time today, and hope you all have a nice day and talk to you soon.